she said firmly. Rennie, we need to talk. Rennie clutched her stomach. Rennie said, Oh, I seem to have a stomachache. Whatever it is, could you ask someone else? I need to use the toilet. She replied coldly. There's a restroom in my office. Get over here. Rennie panicked. HAA. You named the devil doll like that to spite me, right? Of course you did, she said. Don't answer your own questions, master. You're scaring me. That's the whole point, she replied. Thanks to you, I was scared Sisha would find out the truth about me. She stepped closer. Shall I return the favor? Do you want Sisha to find out who you really are? Rennie quickly bowed. My apologies, master. I was merely poking fun, she said coldly. It's a good thing that you were merely jesting. If you weren't, you'd already be dead. I'm sorry, master. I'm just too kind, don't you agree? Rennie nodded quickly. Yes. There's no one kinder than you, master. Rennie changed the topic. Oh, I finished the task you asked of me. Really? She asked. What did she say? Her Grace doesn't have a type. She doesn't have a type? Yes. I told her a good-looking man was walking by, but she totally ignored me. She muttered. That means I can't seduce Sisha with my looks. So that's why she was immune to my gorgeous face. Rennie added. Oh, I also asked Her Grace what she thinks about your face. And? She asked. She said your face is as beautiful as an angel. She smirked. I knew my looks would come in handy. So I can continue to try to seduce her with my face. Sisha isn't immune to a handsome face after all. Rennie scoffed. I think Her Grace needs to go see an ophthalmologist. How can she think your face is angelic? Surely she needs to get her eyesight checked. She snapped. Enough with the jokes, Rennie. But I'm being serious. What did I say earlier about jokes and death? I take it back. I was jesting, master. Of course you're an angel. A devil disguised as an angel, Rennie suddenly said. Just tell Her Grace the truth. Say you love her. Tell her you don't want to get divorced. Ask her to stay. She shouted. Are you out of your mind? Do you want Sisha to leave me? No, that's not true. I love serving under Her Grace. Of course I want Her Grace to stay. Rennie continued. Think about it. If you were in Sisha's shoes, how would you feel if you found out I was lying? I would hate it. I didn't ask your personal opinion, she snapped. I asked what Sisha would do. Do you not value your life? Rennie sighed. I just want you to hold on to Her Grace with everything you've got. Anyway, you don't have to be so scared, master. I'm scared because I have much to lose. Enough with the dumb act, master. How about I push you down a flight of stairs? You can say you suddenly became clever. How's that? She muttered. Sisha is only here because she thinks I'm an idiot. That's right. Don't make me say the same thing over and over. My apologies, master. You can leave now, Rennie. After she left, she thought quietly. She thought. Sisha agreed to the contract because she thought I was incompetent. But it's also become a burden to her. I hate the situation I put myself in. A servant entered. Servant said. Your Grace, the opium dealer has sailed for Chai. Did they find out that we're tracking them? Absolutely not, They went to Chai. Perfect. I will be sailing for Chai soon. You're going to Chai? What about the estate? I trust you to take good care of it while I'm gone, Eli. Eli was shocked. Eli thought, he's trusting me with the estate. Later that night. His Grace is late. May I come in, Your Grace? Are you still working? Yes, my lady. It's time for bed. I'm nearly finished. Please go to bed first. Don't be too late, Your Grace. I'll do my best, my lady. When she finally finished. It's finally over. I can't believe Sisha was managing all of this on her own. I can see why she fell ill. She must have been shocked to see a huge decrease in her workload. But I'm sure Rennie gave her a good excuse. I'm glad I could be of help. She yawned. I'm so tired. I wouldn't be this tired if Sisha were by my side all day long. I'll have to make do with sleeping by her side. She smiled. Busted! The quiet of the night wraps around the bedroom like a blanket, but sleep remains far away for both of them. Mir suddenly freezes under the covers. Busted! Why are you awake? How could I sleep, when you were still working in your office? I thought you rolled over the barrier in your sleep. Well? Pardon? I was afraid an assassin would come for me at night. I was attacked by assassins when I was a count. And being near you gives me peace of mind. Your Grace. That won't ever happen again. Those who rebelled against His Majesty are all dead. I was the one who actually egged them on. But I'm still scared, my lady. Don't worry. I know I'm being shameless, but it feels so good. If only I could hug Sisha like this forever. But I can't continue to act like a coward. I know I come off as childish, being scared over nothing. No, everyone has fears. I do too. Don't worry. I'm here to protect you, Your Grace. I'm here for you too, my lady. How can you protect me, when you're scared over these little things? With all my might? But that may not be enough, Your Grace. You said you trained, correct? Did you learn swordsmanship too? A bit. Well then, please train with the head knight from now on. Pardon? You must train every day, so you become a capable swordsman. That's the only way we can protect each other. Inside Mir's mind. She wants me to learn from someone weaker than me. And we need to find a private tutor for you. You have to learn politics and business administration from the beginning. I'm too busy running the estate and the merchant group to teach you myself. I'm only here because His Grace needed my help. So in all honesty, it's better for me if he were incompetent at his job. However, I need to make sure he can take over the estate once our contract runs out. I don't want him to be scared of anything ever again. We should get some sleep. Good night, Your Grace. Sleep tight, my lady. Mir lies awake, staring at the ceiling. A private tutor. Things are starting to get out of hand. Is she not aware of my presence? How can she fall asleep, when I'm by her side all night long? I must be the only one having trouble sleeping at night. I want to stay by your side, my lady. The next day arrives, bright and formal. Consider this a class on social etiquette, Your Grace. It's a good opportunity for you to get acquainted with the other dukedoms. Taking the first step is difficult. The rest is easy. But Duke Rama called me an idiot in the past. Excuse me? And the other dukes don't seem very fond of me either. What about the other nobles our age? Everyone in this room used to call me a silly farmer or an idiot during our time at the Royal Academy. Then why don't you strike up a conversation with those who approach you first? I'm sure some will make the effort. Do you really think so? I'm absolutely positive. I'll be watching from behind. All right, my lady. She's so trusting, I can't possibly let her down. Mir steps forward into the crowd. Your Grace. We were so shocked when you returned from the dead. What, did you wish for me to stay dead? Do you remember me, Your Grace? We were in school together. Like slashin'. I was always in the bottom 3. It must have been nice to have someone even stupider than you. Oh my. Her Grace is so clever. How did she end up with a fool like Duke Lunaria? I agree. I don't know how I managed to snag Sisha as my wife. I'm thankful that Sisha's parents were trash. Did I go too far? Nonetheless, I'm still thankful. Does he even know how to perform in bed? Oh, I guess he wouldn't know, since he's a fool. Who the hell said that? Why, when I get my hands on them, they won't live to see tomorrow. Suddenly, Sisha appears at his side. There he is. Your Grace. My lady? What just happened? Why is Sisha's face so close? Sisha grabbed me by the cheeks. Then her face came closer and closer, and she pressed her lips against. We were apart for a few minutes, but I was already missing you, Your Grace. I can't believe I said it out loud. This is so embarrassing. Your Grace? Your Grace? Wait. I didn't think he'd kiss me back so passionately. Oh, we shouldn't be doing this. The grand hall still buzzes with hushed whispers and stolen glances after that sudden, public kiss. Sisha's cheeks burn as she pulls back slightly, voice barely above a whisper. Oh no, I can't. Your Grace. I know you want me. But we should save the best for the bedroom. Inside her mind, panic floods in. What did I just say? That I know he wants me? Did I also say we should save the best for the bedroom? I wish I could go hide somewhere. Mir looks at her with gentle concern. My lady? What happened? Someone nearby mutters under their breath. He's even more antisocial than I am. Is there really no one to go up against, I mean? Have a conversation with His Grace? The gossip continues, sharp and cruel. Her Grace is so clever. How did she end up with a fool like Duke Lunaria? What is the definition of a clever woman? Does he even know how to perform in bed? Oh, I guess he wouldn't know, since he's a fool. Did he just call His Grace a fool? That he is unable to perform in bed? Mir's expression darkens for a split second before he turns to Sisha with a small, confident smile. I think I would be able to perform my nightly duties now, my lady. I'm sure he'll do a much better job than you idiots. Sisha's thoughts flare with indignation. They're so skinny and unmanly. How dare they say such things about my man? It's time to put them in their place. But I could never say this to his face. She quickly covers with a casual tone. Oh, I overheard some people gossiping about us, that's all. I just wanted to get back at them. Is that what it was? Inside Mir's mind. I guess Sisha heard them talk too. But since it resulted in our very first kiss, I'll let them off the hook. I really am a benevolent person. He looks at her softly. Having said that, why did you kiss me back, Your Grace? Because I've been wanting to kiss you all this time. I want to kiss you again, here and now. It was pure instinct. I figured you were kissing me for a reason. And when our lips met, I became so happy. I've never kissed anyone before. Why are you so cute, Sisha? Was sheer impulse. And it was my very first kiss. What about you, my lady? It's a secret. You're not going to tell me? That is so unfair of you. My life is all about being unfair, Your Grace. I like being unfair. In fact, my life is all about being unfair. Inside Mir's mind. It's exactly what I told Sisha when we met at the academy. Yes, it's unfair, my lady. My unfair lady, who stole my very first kiss. Sisha smiles despite herself. He can be so childish sometimes. Technically, you kissed me. I merely pressed my lips against yours. It's not that important. Of course it is important. I don't want to creep like Royness getting under your skin. It's not important. If my first kiss matters to him. It almost sounds like he has feelings for me. It was my first time too, Your Grace. I'm so glad. Why are you glad? I'm happy that I'm your first kiss. It's nothing to be happy over. You resemble a rose. A blush pink rose. What are you trying to say? Should I leave for chai right away? When I leave for chai tomorrow, I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss you, my lady. The feeling is mutual. The moment of departure arrives. My lady, I don't want to let you go. I feel the same way. It's time to leave, my lady. You forgot something, my lady. What is it? You know what it is. He wants a kiss? In front of all the staff? Ugh. Whatever. Well then. Take care. Take care? I wonder what it is. I don't want to get on the boat. So, where is Eli? The quiet of the night settles over the temporary residence in Chai, but sleep refuses to come easily for Sisha. She lies awake, heart heavy with realization. Where is Eli? I miss His Grace already. Yes. I can no longer hide it. I have to acknowledge the truth. I can't deny that I have feelings for him. I am in love with His Grace. Her thoughts soften as she pictures him. His Grace, who is kind and a bit foolish. His Grace, who is honest and innocent. The one person who sees me for who I am. I thought I would never fall in love with him. But in retrospect, I must have fell for him quite a while ago. A painful reminder surfaces. But I can't afford to fall in love. We'll be officially divorced this coming February. He treats me kindly because he's a nice person. I hope I can get over him during my trip to Chai. It would be better for me if I did. She turns to her attendant. Rennie, could you go fetch the documents in my room? Yes, Your Grace. Rennie leaves, and Sisha stares into the distance. What is it, Your Grace? Oh, it's nothing. Something feels a bit off. Later, alone again, memories flood back unbidden. My lady, I can't get over what happened last night. I can still feel his lips against my own. And the warmth that flowed through his lips. She presses a hand to her mouth. This is ridiculous. Is it, Rennie? What is it? My lady, am I so infatuated that I'm starting to see things? Rennie gives her a knowing look. You've got it bad, Sisha. I almost hate to admit it. Are you ill? If I'm seeing a vision of him, I'd like to see his face. I'm fine. Just a bit. Over my head, that's all. I meant to take a quick break. I can't believe I slept right through dinner. I'll go out and do some stretches before breakfast. She steps outside into the cool morning air, then freezes. What the? How? Is it that a stranger is lying in my bed? Her mind races. All right. I seem to be dressed. And I don't think we slept together. So who the hell is this bastard? A soft sound escapes the figure. Sisha leans closer, heart pounding. Wait a minute. It's His Grace. Is this a dream? Ouch. No, it's not. Then it must be an illusion. I must be losing it. Have I been harboring lascivious thoughts toward His Grace? Her gaze lingers. How could a man's torso look so sumptuous? I must really have it bad. It feels too real to be an illusion. Another sleepy murmur. How could this be an illusion? Memories of the previous night rush back in vivid detail. It was pure instinct. When our lips met, I became so happy. To be honest, the feeling was mutual. Mir's voice echoes in her mind, gentle and sincere. I've never kissed anyone before. It was my first time, too. And I'm glad you were my first. I've never held anyone so dear to my heart before. Maybe that's why my body seems to move of its own volition. Sisha's breath catches. I must be out of my mind. Mir suddenly opens his eyes, voice low and teasing. Are you trying to force yourself upon me, my lady? The morning light filters softly through the cabin window as Sisha freezes, caught in the moment. Mir's voice comes low, teasing, eyes still half-lidded with sleep. Are you trying to force yourself upon me, my lady? He smiles faintly. You once told me that you have to be responsible for your actions. So you must take responsibility for me. My lady? Sisha's heart pounds as reality crashes in. This isn't a dream, nor a figment of my imagination. He's here, in the flesh. This is outrageous. Are you not awake, my lady? No. I was in the middle of a dream. She hesitates, cheeks burning. I was in the middle of a fairy tale, and you were a sleeping prince. And someone had to kiss you to wake you from your deep slumber. And when I saw you by my side, I thought I was still dreaming. Please fall for it. Mir's expression softens with understanding. I see. So you were trying to wake me up with a kiss, just like a fairy tale. That's right. It wasn't intentional. Sisha quickly changes the subject, voice rising in surprise. Anyways, why are you here, Your Grace? What about the estate? And your work? Don't worry. I took care of everything. What do you mean by that? His Majesty knows that I am on my way to Chai with you. And he said I could consider our visit to Chai as a vacation. Our butler will be overseeing the estate during our absence. I also asked someone to pretend to be me while I'm away. Pretend to be you? That's right. One of our knights will be acting as me. It doesn't matter if someone finds out. But still. Mir looks at her earnestly. I didn't want to be separated from you, my lady. You're very straightforward, Your Grace. No, I'm actually not. His voice grows quieter, more serious. Since the death of my parents, my life has been full of lies. I created a fake persona to avenge my family. My goal was to fool the nobles and the royal family, so I could get my revenge. And I'm pretending to be someone else right now, because I don't want to lose you, Sisha. I'm doing my best to tell you how I feel about you. I know you'll leave me if you found out who I really am. Sisha meets his gaze steadily. You just need to say what's on your mind. But that's not easy for me. What are your true feelings for me? Tell me how you felt during our time together. Maybe I could help you be more true to yourself. Mir exhales softly, almost bracing himself. I thought you were a fool. Inside his mind. I knew that was the first thing she'd say. What else? You're innocent, to the point of being foolish. And you're as beautiful as an angel. You're a good person. And you're the person I'm in love with. He continues gently. Now, if I may. I was first drawn to you by your work ethic. But now it isn't only my eyes that seek you out, but my heart too. Like a wildflower that blooms out of nowhere, I started developing feelings for you. Sisha's thoughts swirl. He really is honest to a fault. I had no idea His Grace was in love with me. Mir turns the question back to her. What about you, my lady? Sisha takes a shaky breath. I feel the same way too. I'm in love with you. Mir's face lights up with quiet joy. She's really, really cute. The scene shifts, later, on the deck of the ship. Rennie watches with narrowed eyes. So what is it this time? What do you mean, Rennie? You've been nothing but nasty to the sailors, master. You ask too many questions. Is that what it is? What? Is what, master? Is that why you're constantly searching for new foods to try? Why are you so mean to me, master? Oh, no reason. Nearby, two sailors mutter under their breath. Who cares if he's a duke? His looks are far from appealing. That's right. Sir Roynus, the head of the Forgotten Moon Merchant Group, is much more handsome. His Grace looks so weak, right? And let's not get started on his fashion sense. Or lack of. How dare they compare me to Roynus? I thought Her Grace would marry Sir Roynus. Why in the world does she have to suffer such a fate? Who the hell are those jerks? Mir suddenly strides over, voice sharp. Hey you! Are there dogs on this ship? What? I thought I heard some yapping. The sailors freeze. He's blindingly handsome. WWE only have chickens on board, Your Grace. Is that so? Anyways, I'm getting a bit hungry. Could you fetch me a snack? I'll go ask the chef to prepare something delicious, Your Grace. No, why don't you make it yourself? And it better be delicious. Nope, no reason at all. Later, inside the cabin. The tub is ready, Your Grace. I see. Go to my room and fetch me my gown. What is it, Your Grace? Move the tub indoors. Excuse me? It may still be summer, but I don't want to risk catching a cold. And I certainly don't want my wife to become ill. What are the sailors doing? They're working like dogs, Your Grace. Sisha's thoughts drift back, soft and wondering. Like a wildflower that blooms out of nowhere, I started developing feelings for you. I wonder, what will happen next? We started out as a fake couple, but now we have feelings for each other. The quiet hallway was suddenly broken by a startled cry. Ow! You scared me. Rennie quickly apologized, rubbing her head. I'm sorry, Your Grace. I was dozing and bumped my head against the wall. Concerned, he looked at her. Go put some ointment on your head, Rennie. But she shook her head lightly. Don't worry, Your Grace. I'm fine. He still insisted. I still think you should get treated. Rennie bowed slightly. If you insist, Your Grace. Just then, another voice appeared from behind. Is that you, Master? Rennie smiled awkwardly. We seem to be running into each other quite often today, Master. The man glanced at her with a teasing expression. How does it feel to hog up Sisha's attention, Rennie? She quickly responded. Surely you're jesting, Master. Then she tilted her head and added mischievously. Don't tell me you're jealous. The man scoffed immediately. Me? Jealous? Why would I be jealous of Yoli Rennie? Rennie looked at him suspiciously. Why is he so cocky all of a sudden? She crossed her arms and said confidently, I definitely think you're jealous, master. But he shook his head. That makes no sense. She studied his expression carefully. His smiles are usually creepy, but even more so today. Then suddenly he spoke again in a strange, dreamy tone. Rennie, the world is a beautiful place. She blinked in confusion. What? He continued happily. Yes. The weather was beautiful today. He sighed dramatically. Ah, the world is so bright and beautiful. Rennie narrowed her eyes. What is it this time? Then he finally revealed the reason. Sisha said she is in love with me. Rennie stared at him blankly. He's finally lost it. Trying to be polite, she replied carefully. I'm sure she doesn't have the heart to tell you the opposite. But he proudly added another shocking statement. Sisha kissed me first. Rennie frowned immediately. I think you're being delusional. But he insisted confidently. It's the truth. She raised an eyebrow. Really? Is divorce off the table then? He calmly explained. All we did was confirm that we have feelings for each other. Rennie sighed. Oh, master, that means nothing has changed. But he shook his head firmly. Of course things have changed. Sisha and I are now lovers. Rennie reminded him bluntly. But you'll be divorcing next year. His expression darkened. I'm not going to let that happen. Rennie sighed dramatically. You should definitely let me push you down the stairs. He looked at her in disbelief. Who in their right mind would want to be married forever to a dimwit? Then he narrowed his eyes suspiciously. Is it your plan to kill me off and replace me as the master of our assassin group? Rennie gasped dramatically. That hurts, master. He grabbed her hair roughly. Behave, if you wish to live. She shrieked immediately. Eek! You're ruining my hair! He scolded her sternly. How dare you show such insolence toward your master? Rennie pouted. HRMPF. Then she muttered stubbornly. I'm going to tell her Grace the truth one day. Later that night, he finally returned. You're back. How's your head? The woman looked confused. My head is just fine. He paused awkwardly. Oh, my apologies. I thought you were Rennie. She looked slightly concerned. Oh? Did Rennie hurt her head? He explained casually. She bumped her head against the wall, and I told her to put some ointment on her head. I see. But then she noticed he was still standing there. Why are you still here, Your Grace? He blinked. Pardon? She turned away slightly. It's late. You should go to bed. But he refused gently. How can I leave you here? We're a married couple. She corrected him calmly. Technically, this is a contract. He stepped closer. Married couples shouldn't be apart. Then he said softly, I want to go to bed with you, my lady. She froze slightly. My lady? Suddenly she turned and began walking away. Where are you going? My lady? He stood there in disbelief. Did she just turn me down? Meanwhile, inside another room. Meow. 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 Someone laughed. My lady says meow, and the devil's to says kaya. Another voice chuckled. No, he was actually quite docile today. Ha! Suddenly. Knock. Knock. Huh! She frowned. Who could it be? It can't be Master. Who would visit a lady's quarters at this belated hour? Her expression darkened. Who the hell could it be? She raised her voice. Who is it? A familiar voice answered. It's me, Rennie. Then she asked shyly. Could I sleep with you tonight? Inside the room, someone whispered teasingly. My. Did she turn our master down? Rennie smiled nervously. I'd love to. But suddenly someone appeared behind her. Ugh! She shivered. He really is a devil in disguise. He looked at her calmly. Would it be difficult? Rennie stuttered. Well, and my bed is too small for the both of us. He nodded knowingly. I thought so. Then he gently took her hand. Here you are, my lady. Let's go to bed. It's getting late. The night was deep and silent. But for assassins, night was when everything truly began. Assassins move in the wee hours of the night. It's an ungodly hour for everyone but lovers. Let's go to bed. He continued softly. It's an ungodly hour for everyone but us. Most people unwind, but our work is just getting started. It is the perfect time for us to achieve our goals. His mind recalled the words of his master. The life of an assassin is to strike when your target has let their guard down. And if that time doesn't come, do whatever needed to achieve your goal. Rennie sighed softly and looked at him. Master, you love like an assassin. Then she added quietly. No wonder they call you Devilster. He stepped closer and spoke gently. My lady, please don't push me away. I just want to be with you. If I'm burdening you in any way. She shook her head quickly. I don't feel burdened. And I'm not trying to push you away. Then she hesitated. It's just that. It's getting late, and we'll be together in an enclosed space. He looked confused. What of it? Then he asked slowly. Are you worried that you'll try to force yourself upon me again? The room fell quiet as she looked at him with suspicion. Are you worried that you'll try to force yourself upon me again? He immediately panicked and waved his hands. Oh, of course not. I thought it was a dream this morning. But deep inside, his thoughts betrayed him. I wish she'd touch me like she did earlier. Trying to remain calm, he spoke softly. It's fine. Let's go to bed. Yet his mind was already racing with plans. All I need now is to propose properly. But things were not that simple. I have to make sure Sisha falls in love with me before our contract is over. And even more importantly, I also have to bide my time so I don't frighten her. He sighed quietly. Do I have to resort to tumbling down a staircase? He quickly shook that thought away. No, that should be my last resort. He lay there, staring at the ceiling in frustration. How boring. Then another thought crossed his mind. How does our master deal with this? After all, he's been playing the role of an imbecile for over a decade. And yet here he was. It's only been a few days, and I'm about to lose my mind. He groaned internally. Being a duke isn't worth this. I'm about to die of boredom. Suddenly, an irritated voice cut through the silence. I'll kill you again and again if you dare to sleep in my bed. Another voice responded calmly. You can only die once, master. The threat didn't stop there. Would you like to see me make the impossible happen? The other person simply shrugged. At least I'm not sleeping on the floor. The night dragged on slowly. Today was just as tedious as yesterday. Someone sighed in annoyance. Devil's turn. He's probably doing this to spite me. Frustration grew stronger. Why did he have to choose me, out of everyone working under him? Meanwhile, somewhere in the dark, a shadow moved silently. That's two. The figure glanced around calmly. So this is why Master chose me for this task. Then he frowned slightly. Why didn't he tell me to expect guests? Suddenly. Ugh! Arg! A violent clash broke the silence. Ugh! The attacker stumbled. But the figure remained perfectly steady. Perfect balance. More struggling followed. Ugh! Ugh! Finally, the figure grabbed the enemy firmly. Then he asked coldly, "Who sent you?" The attacker struggled weakly. Arg! Huff! But the figure simply sighed. Oh, I get it. Then he nodded knowingly. Of course you don't want to tell me. I understand. His voice remained calm. I'd do the same if I were you. He looked down at the defeated intruder thoughtfully. Then he muttered to himself. This is going to be a long night. The carriage journey across Chai continued as the Duke thought about the upcoming mission. A pursuit was about to begin across the region of Chai, and the thought alone filled him with excitement. He leaned back slightly, imagining how the chase would unfold. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Then he thought about their target. I hope the opium dealer doesn't make it very far. Just then, someone approached him enthusiastically. Your Grace, I baked more cookies for you. This is the 70th batch. He examined the cookies carefully and took a bite. Let's see. He paused for a moment, thinking about the taste. Then he spoke honestly. It tastes horrible. But after another moment of thought, he added calmly. But it does taste a bit better than the first batch. He looked ahead as the carriage continued its journey. Anyways, thanks for making the trip interesting. Soon, their destination came into view. We've arrived in Pahan, Your Grace. He immediately stood up. Let's get going. Sisha spoke calmly as she prepared to leave. I'll be busy all day at the merchant group. The Duke simply nodded. I understand. Go to work, my lady. Sisha paused for a moment, slightly surprised. She wondered to herself why he was letting her go so easily. Why is he letting me go so easily? Still confused, she shrugged it off. I'll do some sightseeing. Then she smiled lightly. It should be fun. As she walked away, she thought again. Did he finally grow up? After a brief moment of hesitation, she continued on her way. Well then, I'll get going. Meanwhile, the Duke began organizing his men. We spread out from here. His subordinates immediately responded. Yes, master. He turned toward one of them. Joe, you come with me. Joe bowed slightly. Yes, Your Grace. The Duke spoke seriously. It's up to you now, Joe. Joe smiled confidently. Leave it to me, master. The Duke thought carefully about his plan. We must find something that Sisha will like. Joe had a certain reputation among the group. Joe was rather popular with the ladies. He had dated many women and seemed to understand what women liked. Because of that, the Duke believed Joe might be helpful. He had brought him along to Chai for exactly that reason. He thought to himself. I thought he would be helpful just a wee bit in selecting Sisha's gift, so I brought him with me to Chai. They entered a luxury shop. The shopkeeper greeted them politely. Welcome. Then he asked respectfully, Is there something you're looking for? The Duke answered immediately. Your rarest and most expensive item. Joe quickly stepped forward and whispered carefully. Your Grace. Her Grace prefers practical items. The Duke slowly turned toward him. Practical items? Joe nodded. Yes. From what I've seen so far, Her Grace. But before he could finish, the Duke's expression changed. From what you've seen? Joe panicked immediately. I just happened to notice her preferences, that's all. The Duke's voice suddenly turned cold. So while I was gone, you dared to look at my wife. His tone became even sharper. I don't believe I gave you such orders. Joe began sweating nervously. Well, the thing is... The shopkeeper looked completely confused. What is going on here? The Duke continued staring at Joe with cold eyes. Even I don't dare look at Sisha. Then his voice grew even more dangerous. Yet you dared to figure out what she likes while I was gone. The tension inside the shop suddenly became unbearable. Joe realized he might have made a very serious mistake. The tension in the room was thick as the master glared coldly. Yet you dared to figure out what she likes while I was gone. The situation felt absurd. It's like a scene out of a trashy novel. The subordinate quickly defended himself. I had no ulterior motives, master. I just happened to notice what she liked, that's all. But the master's irritation only grew stronger. You're starting to get on my nerves. Meanwhile, someone silently encouraged the confrontation. That's right, now whack him a good one. Suddenly, the master turned toward the shopkeeper. Pardon. The startled merchant straightened up immediately. Why, yes? The master spoke calmly but firmly. Show me something a businesswoman would enjoy. Something rare and expensive, yet practical. And it has to be one of a kind. The merchant nodded quickly. Of course. Please give me a minute. While they waited, the master leaned slightly closer to his subordinate. His voice dropped into a quiet warning. I'm sure you didn't mean to, as you know what happens to those who betray me. The subordinate stiffened nervously. But the bottom line is this, the master continued coldly. I don't want you looking at Sisha. In any way. His eyes darkened. Because that makes me angry. Then he added quietly. Very angry. The subordinate bowed immediately. I'll keep that in mind, master. See that you do. As the merchant returned with the item, the subordinate exhaled in relief. I thought he was going to kill me. The merchant smiled politely. Thank you for waiting. Please take your time. The master examined the jewelry carefully. What gemstone is this? The merchant's eyes brightened. You have great taste, sir. This gemstone is called Taphite. He continued proudly. It's as rare as it is expensive. The master hummed thoughtfully. Then he decided. I'll take it. The merchant nodded. Of course. That would be 45 billion yuan. The number echoed in the room. 45 billion yuan. The master examined the thin bracelet again. This small, thin gold bracelet is 45 billion yuan, you say? That's equivalent to 4.5 billion lin. He thought carefully. It doesn't look that expensive. Then he realized something important. That means she'll wear it without worrying about the price. Satisfied, he spoke again. I'll take the jade earrings too. The merchant blinked in surprise. What? Oh, of course. I'll wrap it up for you. Behind him, the subordinate suddenly panicked. Her Grace didn't pierce her ears. He hesitated anxiously. If I mention it, Master will get upset again. But if we end up buying something she doesn't need, he'll get angry and take it out on us. Finally, he gathered his courage. Master. The Master looked at him. Yes? I don't believe I've seen Her Grace wearing earrings. Not that I looked carefully or anything. The Master replied calmly. Yes. I know her ears aren't pierced. The subordinate froze. That's another thing I find attractive about Sisha. The subordinate blinked in confusion. She didn't? Then he pointed something out. But your ears aren't pierced either, Your Grace. The Master shrugged. I may get them pierced. The subordinate asked nervously. What if Her Grace doesn't like it? The Master answered without hesitation. Then I'll wear them on my own. He looked at the earrings thoughtfully. I want a piercing that reminds me of Sisha's eyes. The subordinate sighed softly. Master, those earrings are meant to be shared by lovers. Wouldn't it be lonesome wearing them on your own? The Master's voice became quiet. It's fine. I'm used to doing things on my own. Then he added gently. But I now have Sisha by my side. I don't mind if I have to wear it on my own. His gaze softened. What matters is that I'm wearing the earrings, thinking of her. He whispered to himself. Earrings that resemble Sisha's eyes. Later that day, he returned to her room. Yes. You may enter. The door opened suddenly. My lady! She looked surprised. How was sightseeing? He smiled warmly. Good. I have something to show you. Then he gestured excitedly. Follow me. Soon, a table was filled with items. Look at all the souvenirs I purchased. She frowned slightly. I don't need anything. And it's wasteful to buy things you don't need, Your Grace. But he spoke softly. I just want to remember our first trip to Chai together. His voice carried a hint of regret. I didn't get to do anything for you, since I was gone for over 3 years. He lowered his gaze. This is nothing compared to the time we lost. She looked touched. Your Grace. She tried to reassure him. You already gifted me a beautiful necklace. Someone quietly observed the moment. I guess His Grace wishes to compensate for the 3 years he was gone. After a moment, she sighed gently. Maybe it isn't wasteful after all. Then she smiled. Please show me what you got. His face brightened immediately. Of course. He began showing each item proudly. These are handmade leather shoes. It will be perfect for work. She examined them carefully. The shoes look comfortable and cute. They will go well with the outfits I own. He continued enthusiastically. And this is traditional writing gear from Chai. And this is high-quality paper you can only find in Chai. And this is a silk-covered notebook, a hair ribbon, and a hairpin. Someone watching thought quietly. He's on a roll. Then he hesitated slightly. Also, I got you this. It's not much. She looked curious. Why is he suddenly so nervous? What's inside that package? He didn't hesitate to tell me about the other items. She studied his expression. I don't know if you'll like it or not. Then he added awkwardly. Unfortunately, it isn't very expensive. I'll get you something fancier next time. She quickly reassured him. It's fine. But he still looked worried. Well, but still. She shook her head firmly. No. I don't need anything expensive from you. Someone nearby was shocked. How can she refuse a gift from a lover? She suddenly realized she might have sounded harsh. Did I sound too stern? Then she asked politely. Are you sure this is inexpensive? Apologies, my lady. I'm asking because it looks expensive. He smiled softly. I'm glad it looks that way. Then he gently placed the bracelet on her wrist. It looks even better on you than I imagined. His voice softened further. It's purple, just like the shade of your eyes. She looked surprised. Yes. That's why I purchased it. Then his tone turned possessive. I wanted to mark you as mine. He continued slowly. Consider it a brand of sorts, showing the world that you belong to me. His eyes locked onto hers. You must never take it off. She hesitated. That depends. Someone quietly whispered nearby. Her Grace prefers practical items. But he stepped closer and spoke gently. My lady, I want to know a part of you that no one else has ever seen before. His voice dropped into a whisper. Something only I know of. She blushed deeply. Something only he knows. Her thoughts raced. On a night like this, when it is just the two of us, with the person I love holding me in his arms. Someone observing the scene sighed. Oh, well. She's adorable. Then the man looked at her with burning affection. No one else will ever have her. She's mine now. She belongs to me. He finally spoke softly. My lady, let's go to bed. A tense and slightly awkward atmosphere fills the room as the night begins. Let's go to bed, His Grace says plainly. Sisha freezes, her mind racing. Why, Your Grace? It's still too early. I don't think I'm ready to go to bed with you. He looks at her, momentarily confused. Pardon? Do you plan on reading before you sleep then? You must sleep early, or you may fall sick again. I'll go change into my pajamas. Of course, she replies, feeling the heat rush to her face. As he leaves, Sisha sinks into her own thoughts, embarrassed by her misunderstanding. He didn't mean for us to consummate our marriage. He was literally telling me to go to sleep. What was I thinking? Ugh, I'm so tired. The mental exhaustion of the day finally catches up to her. All this thinking drained me of my energy. Later, as she lies there pretending to be asleep, His Grace whispers softly. Are you asleep, my lady? Good night. I hope you dream of me, my lady. Like you did last time. He smiles to himself, seeing through her act. Sisha is a terrible actress. I can tell that she's still awake. The scene shifts to a more painful task as he reaches for her hand. Please hold my hand, my lady. Holding your hand won't lessen the pain. He looks at her with a mix of vulnerability and determination. I may be able to overcome my fears if you give me your hand. Please let me know when you're ready to get your ears pierced. He braces himself, but Sisha is firm. You must manage on your own next time, she tells him. I shall, my lady, he exclaims, but then a sharp ugh escapes him. He glares toward the doorway. Who dared to leave just now? I hope you're ready to face the consequences. The focus returns to the task at hand. Ouch! That hurt, my lady, he winces. Sisha doesn't let go. It's my turn to feel the pain. Please let go of my hand, he pleads. Make sure it doesn't hurt, she instructs the person assisting. It's the price one must pay to wear earrings. My lady, don't worry. Everything will be all right, the assistant says, though a dark warning hangs in the air. I'll kill you if you make Sisha scream. Once it's over, he checks on her. Are you all right, my lady? I'm fine. It was harder watching His Grace pierce his ears, Sisha admits calmly. He looks down at the jewelry, feeling a bit guilty. Maybe I shouldn't have bought the earrings, my lady. It's fine. It didn't hurt that much, she reassures him. Well then, let's head south within the next 3 to 4 days. She turns to him with a practical question. What will you do, Your Grace? I still have work left at the merchant group. He looks at her longingly. You know I'd do anything to be by your side. However, I know you don't want to be bothered during work. I'm sure I can manage on my own. All right. I'll see you at dinner, Sisha says, preparing to leave. Yes. I'll go pick you up at the merchant group, he promises, but he doesn't move. Sisha tugs at her hand. I can't go unless you let go of me. HNNG. Ugh, he groans as he finally releases her. Sisha sighs to herself. I take back what I said. Maybe he's not so mature after all. Just as she reaches the door, he calls out. My lady, you forgot something. What do you mean? She asks, turning back. You forgot to kiss me goodbye, he says boldly. The staff nearby are in shock. Ugh, you can't leave us, Rennie. You traitor. He continues, unbothered by the audience. I want it rough and passionate, just like before. And since it is a kiss goodbye, it may be better if we do it by the doorway. Sisha blushes at his audacity. I really wanted to do this with you, my lady. Your lips on mine. You're so shameless, Your Grace, she retorts. He chuckles. I was taming it down, actually. My lady. Let's do it again by the door. This wasn't a kiss, it was a mere peck. As she leaves, he watches her with a grin. She's so cute. Later, His Grace meets with his men. Come in. Where is Sisha? She wanted me to stay by your side. Since it is your first visit to Chai and all, Rennie explains. I was going to rest in my room. He sighs. What? No sightseeing today, Your Grace? Rennie asks. Sightseeing is so cumbersome. Why would I put myself through that, Rennie? His men exchange glances. That's right, Rennie. Why would our master do such a thing? You're all so cold-hearted, Rennie mutters. The conversation turns toward their mission. Master, the investigation may take a bit more time. The opium dealer seems to move at night. We may need to do the same. He nods. True. All criminals tend to move deep within the night. Why don't you get some rest during the day then? His subordinate suggests. Yes, master, they agree. But one of them can't help but ask. I have a question, master. What is it? You said you could never confess your love to anyone, yet you were charging toward Her Grace like a bull in a bullfight. Her Grace looked like a matador, fending off your moves. He scoffs playfully. Have you ever seen a bull as beautiful as I? Oh, of course not, the subordinate replies. You said you were afraid Her Grace would run off if you told her how you felt. What were you planning to do if she turned you down? You know she would never accept a dimwit as her real husband. The subordinate wonders silently. I wonder why he did that. Does he wish to stop acting stupid? I'm sure you meant someone pretending to be a dimwit, the master corrects him. He reflects on his own behavior. Am I being too brazen? I thought I was doing a good job holding myself in check. You need to maintain your restraint, master. You know you're not very good at that. He is warned. Her Grace is very sensitive. If you treat her like one of your subordinates, she will run and never look back. Suddenly, he stands up. Where are you going? I'm going to go spy on Sisha, he declares. You may be lovers, but that's still against the law, master. His subordinate sighs. The master ignores the warning, his mind full of her. How lovely she is! If I were the wind, I would be able to caress Sisha's body. That would fluster her even more. I'd be able to touch every inch of her body. However, as he watches her from afar, his expression shifts to confusion. Huh! She was at work for merely an hour. Where is she going? Watching from the shadows, His Grace follows Sisha as she navigates the city streets. Where is she going? Looks like she has an errand to run. He watches as she stops in front of a familiar building. Is that a tailor shop? Inside, the shopkeeper greets her with a bright smile. Oh my! My lady! Have you been well? You came back earlier than expected. Of course. I just had to take care of some urgent business, Sisha explains. I see. Well, it's always a pleasure to see you, my lady, the shopkeeper replies warmly. What shall I create for you today? Sisha takes a breath. Well, I'd like to make some outfits for my husband. The shopkeeper's eyes go wide. Did you remarry, my lady? No, Sisha clarifies calmly. Confusion fills the shop. I don't understand. You see, my husband came back from the dead, Sisha says matter-of-factly. Pardon? The shopkeeper exclaims. Nearby, the staff whispers in sympathy. Poor Sir Roynus. He was pining after her for ages. Even I could see that he was madly in love with her. Ignoring the gossip, Sisha focuses on the task. I'll give you his measurements. Yes, my lady, the shopkeeper says before calling toward the back. Come on out, my precious. Sisha is taken aback. My precious? What a beauty. Her nickname suits her, she's tall, too. The shopkeeper introduces the newcomer proudly. My precious here is a designer with an amazing eye for fashion. I can see that, Sisha admits. However, the beauty is not amused. Call me precious one more time, and I'm going to leave, contract or not. Sisha's eyes widen in realization. My precious is a man? The shopkeeper just laughs. What about the penalties for breach of contract, my precious? With a frustrated ugh, the man introduces himself properly. Greetings. Verga Dodo at your service. You can call me Verdo for short. Is there a design you are partial to, my lady? I'm fine with whatever, as long as the outfit suits my husband, Sisha says. Verdo grabs his sketchbook. Tell me more about your husband. What is he like? Sisha thinks for a moment. He's bright, and is prone to tears. He frightens easily, but he is a warm-hearted person. What is the color of his eyes? Verdo asks. Sisha points to her wrist. They are the color of these gemstones. Verdo leans in, his professional gaze sharpening. That's taphite. Did you say taphite? This bracelet is made of taphite, Sisha asks, surprised by his tone. What about it? Verdo looks at her as if she's joking. Do you know the going rate for taphite gemstones? It depends on the cut and quality, but if it is top grade, and there seems to be 11 gemstones on your bracelet, I'd say the bracelet you're wearing is worth at least 40 billion lon. 40 billion yun? Sisha is staggered. She quickly calculates the staggering sum. My parents' debt was around 3 billion lin, equivalent to approximately 30 billion yun. I can't believe this bracelet is worth more than my parents' debt. She remembers when he gave it to her. I thought he felt bad because it was a cheap trinket. He was worried that I would find out about his lie. She sighs, feeling the weight of the gift. Why would he lie about something like this? I guess he didn't want me to make him return it. But it's too expensive. The scene shifts to His Grace, who has realized he's in trouble. Sisha found out about the bracelet. That stupid designer told her the truth. He begins to panic, imagining the worst. What should I do? Sisha likes that I'm always honest with her about my feelings. If I continue to disappoint her like this... In his mind, he sees a cold version of Sisha scolding him. I'm disappointed in you, Your Grace. There's no use crying over spilt milk. I should never have agreed to a fake marriage with a dimwit like you. Sisha! That can never happen! He cries out to the empty air. He knows her well enough to be worried. I know Sisha. She would do that and more. I guess I have no choice. I'm going to have to issue a genuine apology. He looks up at the sky, feeling dramatic. The sky, which looked so beautiful earlier, looks so sad and blue now. What if she asks me to return the bracelet? I guess I'll have to do what she asks of me. Later that evening, the two sit down for a meal. What should we have for dinner? Sisha asks. Whatever you feel like having, my lady. I'm fine with anything, he says, sounding dejected. This region is famous for their seafood. Shall we go have some? Yes, my lady, he replies quietly. Then, summoning his courage, he speaks up. My lady, there's something I'd like to say to you. What is it? It's about the bracelet I got you. He confesses, head bowed. It's quite expensive, actually. I lied to you. Apologies, my lady. Sisha watches him, surprised by his humility. I see. I thought he would make excuses for his lie. My parents always blamed their children for their wrongdoing. They would shout at us for no reason. So to see His Grace admit his fault is actually quite refreshing. Aloud, she says, I know. Pardon? I heard it's an expensive bracelet. That it's likely worth 40 billion lon, she says calmly. Why didn't you say anything about it? He stammers. I'm sure you had a reason for your actions. And I was thankful that you thought of me when you saw this, Sisha admits. She looks down at the gems. And I do like the bracelet. I've never wanted anything like this before. Of course, I'd love to return the bracelet, as it is ridiculously expensive. It's because the gemstones remind me of His Grace's violet eyes. Then, her voice turns stern. Mark my words. If you buy something expensive and lie about it again, I will break our contract. And I will sell this bracelet to pay off the penalty. That won't ever happen again. I'm sorry for lying to you, my lady, he promises earnestly. Internally, he is overflowing with affection. She knew, yet she refrained from scolding me. What should I do? I love Sisha even more for it. Meanwhile, at the docks, a boat arrives carrying a very sick-looking passenger. Ugh! An assassin, suffering from motion sickness? Unheard of. As the ship hits the pier, the assassin stumbles off. I see land. Yes. I'll live to see another day. I'm on my way, master. Your trustworthy dog, Bianca Norrell, at your service. She stops suddenly, squinting at a figure nearby. Huh! Is that a drunkard? It can't be. No one would dare get drunk during work hours. Her eyes widen as she recognizes the person. Huh! Why are you here in Chai?